Good afternoon, members of the committee. My name is Jennifer Carreon. I'm a policy researcher for the Texas Criminal Justice Coalition, specifically with the Project of Solutions for Youth Justice. I am speaking specifically to the budget regarding TCJC. I would like to point out a couple of things for time's sake. I'm not going to go through everything provided in my written testimony, but I would like to point out to you the flagged portion that is given to you in your packet. That is a recent survey that our organization administered to county-level probation, chief probation officers. Since being brought on at TCJC, we have made it our top priority to identify the gaps in needs and services in probation departments specifically for youth. The current budget, or the introduced bill that is before you today, has reduced the overall budget for TCJC by 11%. We are asking that you consider restoring that budget for a number of reasons. First of all, stability. Not only for the stability of the agency, but for the stability of the kids. I think it's very important and something that has been overlooked, that the transition that this agency has gone through has affected the kids the most. And you have seen that via closure of facilities, via all of that, transitioning high-risk level kids and with lower risk level kids. And I think that it's important that you do keep them in mind whenever you go forward. In conjunction with that, you will see on those survey findings that nearly 75% of the probation chiefs that we surveyed relayed that they have very insufficient to insufficient fundings for what they're trying to do. The merger of these two agencies was to be able to create a front-end agency, and the counties are taking the majority of the burden. We would like to be able to see these finances move to the counties as they keep the kids out of state secure facilities. Second, we would like to point out the exceptional items that were not supported or not incorporated into the introduced bill. Again, there are a number of exceptional items that we have delineated within that testimony. However, I'd like to emphasize mental health, exceptional item number 5. Within that same survey, we asked juvenile probation chiefs what is the most programming or funding that they need to support their programming. All of them said mental health. They said that was what we need the most. We need mental health services, so that we ask that you reconsider those exceptional items, especially to treat those high needs youth. Lastly, we have some proposed rider revisions. Again, I won't go over all of them, but I will go over rider number, I think it is rider number 1, which includes the performance measures. I want you all to keep in mind that in Senate Bill 653, under the purpose and intentions section, it has asked us to move towards a statewide performance-based measures. And right now, if you look under the performance measures, you will see that the majority of measures are geared towards workload and not on outcome. We have very little output variables. We have a lot of output variables and very little outcome variables.
More focus on mental health services across the board this session. We understand the importance and the impact that it has in local communities.
That's great. That's great. I mean, we're here to help. We're here to help in any way, and I think that linked to mental health is definitely trauma and the amount of trauma that these kids have experienced. So I think that encouraging in the right direction. A lot of these kids have experienced trauma after trauma after trauma, which will eventually lead to some sort of mental health illness or mental health need. So if we can get at the root of the problem, then we may be able to find ways to save money where, let's face it, we don't have money to spend.